Now, oh my
Oh.
goodness.
Wow, you actually gave me like time to think about it recording. That's
I
amazing.
gave you a warning this time for when I was going to start recording.
Wow, it feels like it's been forever once again since we sat down and did
Well,
this.
Pat, you had to go and abandon us for Las Vegas.
Yeah, and I said I wanted to do an episode while I was there, and you said no.
No, no, no.
Well,
No.
oh yeah, oh
No,
yes,
no, no,
oh
no, no,
yes.
no.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I can't wait for this. What is your explanation?
How we were going to do an episode, and then you texted me, and you were like, "Oh wait, I'm like very hungover or something," and we couldn't do it.
But I said we could record and just post one late, and then like later this week,
Oh
the
yeah,
week
but
that
then we
just
were doing
passed.
things for like most of the time.
We could have just recorded on like the Wednesday evening or like Wednesday afternoon, Thursday
And
evening,
then I
Thursday
told you I
afternoon.
was carving a pumpkin.
On Wednesday and Thursday, apparently, 2 days
Yeah,
of pumpkin carving.
there were two
Oh,
pumpkins. My goodness. Hello,
you!
everybody.
It took you 2 nights to carve two pumpkins.
We didn't carve them
God.
all at once. Anyway, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another lovely episode of What Did the Gays Think? I know you all missed us. I know we missed an episode last week. That's mostly because Pat, abandoned us for a vacation to Las
Yes,
Vegas, where
I
you had a lovely
did.
time without me.
Any time without you is lovely.
Wow, I was just about to introduce you as, potentially like my my escort or something, but
What?
no,
Yeah.
now
What did you say last time? I can't remember. It was something banal. I think it was something very like.
I called you something amazing, and now I'm gonna call you my little bitch. Here's Pat, my little bitch. How are you?
I had Joe's Crab Shack today.
Oh my! Do you hear Cody howling in the background?
I did. He obviously wants to interrupt me. So, just like his dad.
Oh, so you had Joe's Crab Shack? Is that what you said?
Yeah, and I feel super lethargic and disgusting now.
Well, I just woke up from a nap, so I think we're gonna be in the same boat in terms of
Great.
that.
Let's try to give this as much energy as possible.
Okay, but first we're gonna close my door so that we can't hear Cody barking at whatever the fuck he's barking at.
Probably your mom, but
Why would Cody? My mom is not here. Where do you think I
she's
am?
I don't know. Maybe she's coming over for Halloween anyway. Yeah. So I was away
You were away.
for a while. And then you were here. How was it
Yeah,
without me? How was it without me?
I cried myself to sleep every night.
And it
Every
wasn't
night.
even because of me.
Yeah, it was it's because I'm depressed.
It's
No.
just yes, it's just the regular depression,
there
not
there's
the
there was no see that's the classic correlation is I mean causation argument,
Okay, great. We're like 5 minutes in, not even. You're bringing up the stat stuff again. Here we go. Here we go.
So Pat,
Yeah,
I know that you have lovely topics for us to talk about,
I do. I really do.
but also tomorrow's Halloween.
Oh, it really is. It
And
really
you were
is.
just telling me some stuff about Halloween. How do you feel?
Okay.
How do you feel about Halloween?
Oh, here we go. See, if we had actual fans, I might get dragged for it. Thankfully, we don't have any, so I don't have to worry about it.
Oh.
I don't like. I mean, I like Halloween,
Hmm.
obviously. What gay doesn't like Halloween? I'm just tired of the two seemingly popular positions on costumes. Is either one, you have to be slutty, so like slutty nurse, slutty Pokemon trainer, slutty, I don't know, tax attorney,
What?
auditor, I don't know, like, or it has to be like the cheapest, most like uh, afterthought of a thing where you put on a big hat and a big black coat and you're a witch. So
Hmm.
I want that like you went to that Halloween store, whatever one you have in your neighborhood. Usually it's what's it
Spirit.
called?
Spirit
Spirit.
Halloween.
Usually Spirit comes and it goes. You go to your Spirit, you buy a ton of cheap stuff, but you put it all together and it's a full look. That's what I want. That's what I want at
You
Halloween.
just want like a nice spooky costume, not like the slutty
Yeah.
costumes.
It doesn't have to be scary, but it has to be like full, like a full body work.
I can't believe you're slut shaming everyone for wearing slutty
No,
costumes.
no, no. I didn't slut shame them for being slutty. I just think they have no taste because they settled for a slutty costume. Because like I want people to go all out.
Right.
Because like if it was a good melange of costumes, a good breadth of variety, they wouldn't care. but it's almost like, especially in the gay community, the male gay community, because I don't know a lot of lesbians, to be honest. Um, it's a lot of slutty costumes. Like, so in circles that I, find myself orbiting, it's just slutty costumes. And I'm like, can I have something? Anything.
Give me some
A cr-
sustenance.
yeah, and I don't want the cheap ones. I don't want, especially like when I hand out candy to kids, I don't want to see some punk ass 12-year-old come up to me. He's got his fucking, Patriots jersey on. He goes, I'm a football fan.
Oh,
No, you're not. No, you're not.
that is
No,
very
you're
low
not.
effort. That is some low
Yeah, I
effort.
want you go to Spirit, you pick up the bag full of the costume, you buy like three accessories, some fake blood, some, I don't know, like body art or like a lightsaber, and you put it together. You make it work.
Wow. Last year for Halloween, I was the Among Us astronaut.
I haven't dressed up for Halloween in since I was a teenager.
Well, is that because you haven't been invited to Halloween things, or you just hate Halloween?
I don't hate Halloween. I'm just never invited out. So like there's no point in dressing up.
Okay, well, next Halloween I will invite you out.
Oh my God. Well, remember I did go to was it Sam's Halloween party several years ago? I had like the Harley Quinn stuff, but that wasn't a costume. That was me just buying Harley Quinn merch, and I put it together at the last minute because I didn't know it was gonna be a costume party at first. I thought it was just like a
Oh,
Halloween get together
yep, I remember
gang
that.
bang.
And gangbang.
Um, and
Definitely not was not any of that there. I promise you that.
no, that oh God, that was so long ago. But yeah, if I'm invited somewhere next year, I'll try to put a look together. But like I said, I saw someone, or did I tell you this? I saw someone on Instagram who dressed up as the hero from Invincible, the animated show based on the
Oh,
comic, and it was just a bodysuit, but it looked like his costume, and he had the blood everywhere because at the end of that show he gets just beaten the shit out of.
oh,
And I was like, he has the physical body for it, so like he's attractive in it, but it's like a full coverage, fully thought out thing.
right.
And it
He
wasn't,
went all out.
it wasn't even that high of effort because it was just a bodysuit, but it was a full work of art.
I see you appreciate when people put a lot of effort
Effort
into
in.
things.
Yeah, I like seeing people's passion come through their work.
Well, you're gonna love when we go to MagFest then, and you get to see all the cosplay people that we
Well,
know.
oh, cosplayers are just their next level. I love cosplayers. I wish I aspire to be the level that cosplayers can be because they will put weeks, months, a year into their work, and then they
Oh
go
yeah.
in and they got the automated wings, they got the movable parts, they have the LED lights, they have like all of the working gadgets and gizmos.
Oh
So
yeah, that's the extra fancy shit. But just also the other
yeah,
cosplayers too. They're good work, creating those armor pieces, or
yeah,
getting.
cosplayers like must be so good at Halloween because they just like pull out
Oh
something from
yeah,
their and they're like, I made it
it's like here
myself.
I am. I
I didn't
worked
have to
on these all
go.
year.
I didn't have to go to Spirit because I bought them parts, put them together, styled it, painted it,
Ah.
work.
All right, we've been going on for 8 minutes. That's not topic related. So what is our topic today, Pat?
First of all, sometimes we don't even need a topic.
Look, I could have done a whole Halloween episode where we just talked
I
about
was
Halloween.
going to,
Is that
but
the episode
anyway,
topic?
no, I was actually going to talk about, well, I have two episode topics, so I guess we'll do one and we'll do the other one the next episode.
Okay.
Um, the first one I want to talk about is EDC because I went there in Vegas.
Oh, lovely. When you abandoned me.
Yeah. Yes. So I was telling you and Jackie about this yesterday. Yes, yesterday, a little bit, but now we can kind of do a deep dive.
Mm.
How deep is your love, kind of thing.
For you,
Just in general, how
very
deep is your
deep.
love? Oh,
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 what?
sorry. I was just because I was googling EDC and then I just saw a headline. It's a Fox 5 Vegas news report. EDC ticket holder threatened festival with chemical attack over refund dispute.
What? Oh my goodness.
We'll get into this later, I guess. Let's get into this later.
All right.
So, EDC, do you know what it stands for?
Electronic dance something, right?
Close. Electric Daisy Carnival.
Okay, I was not close.
Now, EDM, which is kind of the music you'll hear at EDC, is electronic dance music.
Well,
Right.
that's what I was thinking of probably.
Are you a big fan of EDM?
I'll listen to EDM when I like listening to it when I work out, honestly, because it's got like, I don't know, it's
When you're
got a good
pumping
like workout
iron.
vibe to it. Yeah, especially when I'm on the
Mm.
bike. I put EDM when I'm on the bike. That's that good shit.
Oh, there's a little wrapper under there.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah, I can't believe you bought the same
Um,
water bottle as me.
I mean, it's a Brita. They're pretty like
You're such a
commonplace now.
copycat.
Okay. So yeah, you would find EDM music or just EDM at EDC, and EDC, like I said, is the Electronic Daisy Carnival. Why it's called that, I have no idea.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know, but I do know is that it usually happens in Vegas and Orlando. It has happened in New York and it has happened elsewhere.
Hmm.
And I went to the one in Vegas that was postponed last year because of
Rona.
Rona. Yeah,
Rona.
good on Rona. So normally it's held in May, and this year it was held in October, which actually was kind of nice because it is, excuse me, a
Ew.
lot cooler in October in Vegas. Have you ever been to Vegas in general?
I have been to Vegas, but I was
Hmm.
not 21, so
So you were
I
a
couldn't do
baby.
many of the things in Vegas, except for
Yeah.
see the Grand Canyon, which was nice.
You know what's funny? We went to Vegas, and even though I am over 21, I didn't even do anything that would have required, besides EDC, for me to be 21 or over.
Did you see the Grand Canyon though?
No.
Well, then why did you go?
Well, okay, fine. Before we get to EDC, I saw like Lady Gaga. I saw RuPaul's Drag Race live in Las Vegas. I did, like some touristy stuff when we walked around. We looked at a bunch of shit in Vegas, not outside of Vegas.
Hmm.
And, ooh, that Joe's Crab Shack really be hitting different.
Yeah, stop
Makes you,
yawning to our podcast listeners. It's rude.
it's making me, okay. You know what else is rude? You.
Me?
Moving on, let's get to
You know what
EDC
else is rude?
itself.
Jackie last night.
Oh,
No, no.
Jackie was on some shit last night. I don't know why viewers and listeners, but Jackie really just hated Matt last night and really wanted to just shit on him at every moment.
No, it was
Um,
funny.
it most assuredly was. So anyway, EDC is a 3-day event: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And there are people who actually camp there and like stay there at campsites in tents. Apparently, there was an orgy at some point. I was not invited. Um,
Why even go? Why
I
even
know,
go?
right? Why even go? So when you get there, though, because it starts at like 5 p.m., ends at like 5 a.m. or like 6 p.m. to 5 a.m. It's very long. It's a lot of EDM music. And basically, there are like 7 stages, 8 stages, where different people just kind of rotate in and out doing their sets, playing like EDM music and shit like that. So people like Alesso, Zed, to fucking I don't know, Elenium, some other bullshit. People I don't know because I never really listened to EDM music before this.
Oh, well,
So
I know Zed from a couple
yeah,
things.
it's funny because I didn't even get to see him.
Oh,
And then of course Little Nas was there for literally a second. I didn't see him
I
either.
can't believe you missed it. I saw the video. I was like, Pat
Um,
must have seen this, and you missed him.
Diplo, DJ Snake, I know these names. So basically we get there. Uh, Kel's friends were already there because they were going by themselves. They did not get invited, so stop guilting me over it, you whore. And basically, what you do is you just kind of wander around from set to set, from stage to stage of music. Now, me, as someone who hadn't listened to EDM music before, I was kind of like, okay, let's see what this is like. And within the first hour, I already knew that everything sounded the same.
Oh,
I can't get into it. Like I assuredly, without a doubt, can't get into it because it all sounds the same.
I mean, it's music to bop to. I don't know.
Right, but like even then, everything just sounded like, beats drops, some synth shit, some like minor instrumentals, and a lot of just loud bass. And I was like, I could have picked a point in time throughout any of the 3 nights at any set, any stage, and then picked a few other points, and they would have just synced up
Oh,
completely. Now, this is not dragging or shading EDM viewers, listeners, EDC lovers, because I'm a neophyte. I know nothing about it really. This is my first time. I popped my cherry. My
right.
hymen
So
is
you're
gone.
just commenting on as someone who's experiencing it for the first time what it felt like for
Yeah.
you.
So, this is why I gave my caveat, which I told you and Jackie last night, The only way to experience it for me is to be in an altered mental state.
Right, right.
Right. So here's the disclaimer. I, nor the podcast, support the, well, I don't want to say the usage of substances that support or that cause alterations of mental state. I'm just going to say I'm not telling you to do anything.
Listen, we're
I'm just
we're
going to tell you what I did.
we're not advocating for it, but if you do it, we don't care. That's
Right.
that's the
Like,
way
I
I
will
see it.
never judge you for it, but I'm not telling you to go do it. I'm just going to
Yeah.
tell you what I did, and you could take my experience and then you can make your own decisions from it. So, I don't like to drink anymore. My body has, every time I take a sip of alcohol, my liver probably does some sort of somersault yoga
Oh,
pretzel pose and shuts down.
oh, okay.
So I can't, I don't know. I've hit a certain age. Maybe it was my therapy and psychiatry. They were just like, it just changed my brain chemistry. Every time I drink alcohol, I find it repulsive. So I had to do
I've always found
other,
alcohol repulsive.
yet you still drink it.
Yeah, because if I want to get drunk, that's the only way to do it.
I mean, you're absolutely right. So I was on other um, things while I was there to achieve an altered mental state,
Right,
to achieve some sort of, good times and good vibes only.
right.
So I will say that once you do hit those levels of consciousness, the music does get exponentially better. But I really actually wanted to talk more about the people there and the atmosphere, less than the music. Because like I said, I'm a neophyte for the music. I don't know what's considered good EDM music, what's considered like a good EDC experience or not in terms of music. But I will say that like 99% of people there were just so nice.
Oh,
Probably because
sweet.
everyone's high and drunk.
Ooh,
But apparently there's this thing called plur.
called what?
Plur. It's an acronym, plur.
PLUR?
Yeah.
What does it stand for?
I believe it's peace, love, unity, and respect.
Oh,
Respect. And I believe that's like the people who like EDC, who like EDM music, that's like their mantra. So like it's a very communal thing where if they're at places like this or raves or whatever, they like to treat everyone with peace, love, unity, and respect. And there's this thing that happens because apparently ravers love collecting bracelets, especially like candy bracelets or little like those little like charm bracelets or whatever. They got their
right.
Pandora bracelets out there and shit. You go up to someone else, you like vibe with someone, and then if the person likes you or if you like them, you can like clasp hands. Sorry for the people who aren't viewing this. Podcasts are not a visual medium. You clasp hands and then you say like peace, love, unity, respect, and then you transfer a wristband over to the person without moving. And then you can let go after the transfer is done.
Oh, how sweet.
So there's a huge amount of like love and hippy dippy vibes and like, peace, love, and rock and roll kind of shit going on.
I mean, I love that. I love that for them.
Yeah, it was very nice. People would, just like people just walk up and give you high fives and fist bump you and vibe, and people who like dancing next to you would dance with you. It's very sweet. But then there was like the 1% of people there
Uh-oh.
who just were so fucking annoying because they don't know how to walk.
Oh,
Like
what does that
so many
mean?
people there didn't know how to move. So maybe it's because I'm biased because I'm a gay man, so I know how to walk efficiently and
You know how to
quickly.
move. You move
I know how
fast.
to, yeah, like I know how to boogie and I know how to get out of people's way because I don't want to be in anyone's way and I want them in my way. People there though, just fucking ditzy looking around, not paying attention,
Oh,
just like couldn't be cared, like couldn't care less about anything, couldn't be bothered. Like you're trying to walk, like I'll be like holding Kel's hand. We're walking together in a pair, and then a line of people just want to go diagonally through us. They see us and they don't move, or like I've been walking straight for like a good 5 minutes. I'm on a path, and then 8 people decide to just fucking figure eight their way through me, and I'm
oh.
like, can't we just understand that it's a large open field that this takes place in? There's so much space.
Hmm.
Get away from me.
Go away.
The amount of time that almost like elbow checked people because I wanted to be like, get the fuck out of my way.
Oh. Well, there's a lot of people there though, right? I saw some videos.
Oh,
It's pretty
tons and
packed,
tons of
right?
tons. It's yeah, so like by the stages it's super packed, but not when you're not by stages, it's actually fairly spacious.
Right. Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
it wasn't a super spreader event of Rona, right?
Well, you had to have your negative test result or your vaccine information to get in.
There you go. That's
So
good.
you showed your card, you showed your negative test result, and they give you this green wristband. And then every day after that, you just have to show the wristband. You can't take it off until after the last day, because if you take it off, you have to redo it, and it takes forever. So I don't think it's a super spread event.
Well, I'm glad that they took their precautions, and I'm very happy that a lot of these events are taking that precaution at least now to at least have
Yeah.
the negative test result beforehand.
Yeah, it was great because before, it's not in Vegas, like it's out in the desert basically.
Hmm.
So you get to a shuttle on like the Vegas Strip, and then you get driven out there. And before you get in, there's people checking your license and your vaccine information to see that it lines up with your name, obviously. This one woman, God bless her, trying to get people through the line. And then she goes, like, everyone, when you get up to me, you better have your vaccine information out and your license. If you show up to me with none of those things out, get the hell out of my line.
Oh,
So then 5 minutes later, we're like getting close to that area. And then again, she has to be like, I don't know why I have to keep telling y'all. You want to get in, you want to have a good time, have these two pieces of information out, and I can let you through. If not, get the hell out of line.
oh,
So, but they were very good with it,
love it.
the whole vaccine thing. So
Did you have
I
to
didn't get
have
sick.
did you have to have your physical card or like your physical vaccine
No,
card?
you just had to have a picture of it, or you could use like one of the apps that they use, like that stores your information for you.
Right, because I
Um,
know at Magfest they're making you bring your physical card to
you know
it.
what? MagFest can eat my ass, honestly.
Well,
And if I don't get my ass eaten at MagFest, there's a problem.
I mean,
Um,
there's probably plenty of gays at Magfest. I'm not gonna.
there better be, because why the hell else am I going?
I mean, probably half of our room that we're gonna have is gonna be gay, or like
But
our.
are they attractive gays?
Yeah, you'll have to find out for yourself. You'll have to find
Okay.
out. So.
But yeah, speaking of the apps, like when Kel and I went to see Lady Gaga, there was something called the Clear app that the theater was using.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it like stored your information. You could just show it to them, and then you can get in. But yeah, so the people were pretty good. The music was okay. Now we're gonna shift specifically to the illicit materials part of this whole journey.
Okay.
Um,
Trigger warning for anyone who doesn't want to hear this part.
yeah, trigger warning people who don't like to hear or like to think about
Drugs.
consumables, drugs. So they said security was gonna be rough. I don't think the security is rough enough, to be honest. But people get things in all sorts of ways. I was on the bus over, and some guy was talking to another guy, and he was like, "Yeah, it was so light this year. I was worried that they were gonna like search us more vigorously." And the other guy goes, "Yeah, well." We've all been there taping drugs to our, underwear, and then it smells like dick later. And I'm like,
Oh,
he's like, yeah, we've all had to kind of just taste our own balls when we take our pills later. And I'm
ew,
like,
ew. What?
and I was like, well, shit. How y'all doing? Screwing?
I don't want to hear about people taking pills that taste like balls.
So many overheard conversations that were so crazy, so wild,
Ah,
just completely unorthodox and drug filled, just roid raging, rolling, all that good stuff.
amazing.
But now, when you get in and you have your goodies, you have to decide when to take them. Obviously, it's like a 12-hour thing. So, depending on what drug you have and the potency of it, you have to be very careful with those sorts of things. I'm not a doctor, so don't come to me for advice.
Okay.
But I have a high tolerance, apparently. I didn't realize, a little twink skeleton like me would, but I certainly have a high tolerance for these things. So, should I do these things again, I will have to invest in some other things.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Wink.
Wink, wink, nudge,
Wink.
nudge.
Yes.
I hope the FBI
But
isn't listening to this podcast.
they can't because this is all just hypothetical farce, you know? None of
Right.
this can be proven in a court of law. I mean, I don't think it can.
Oh.
Anywho, besides that though, there are actually a lot of other things you can do there besides just listen to music, which was great. So there were like carnival rides. There were a lot of food and like alcohol stalls and stands and shit like that. If you were like a VIP and you go to the VIP area, like we did, there was like chakra healing and arts and crafts, and uh, you could spend a lot of money on overpriced goods, basically.
I mean, isn't that any like of these festivals
Yeah,
or
yeah,
concerts?
it really is, unfortunately.
I mean, that's
But
capitalism for you. The all these events, they always make everything really expensive because they know that the people there are going to buy them.
you're absolutely right. But I saw a lot of people having a good time. I had overall a very good time. Some of the music actually was fairly good. I wrote down some names of like different, I guess, artists, DJs, whatever you want to call them, that I might listen to later. The group that I was in wasn't really they were more like what's the word I'm looking for? Like they were into it, vibing, bopping, but they were very
Right.
like, solo, doing it solo, It
Okay.
wasn't a group effort. They were kind of just, next to each other doing their thing, while I wanted to get twisted and weird and like, girl bopping, pussy bopping, bussy throbbing all up with my friends, you
Oh,
know,
well, like we do at the
hooting it.
clubs.
Yeah, like hooting and hollering, But they were very like respectful of each other's space and they were just vibing. And I was like, totally fine, totally fine. It's okay. I totally get
Yeah,
it.
some people enjoy their
But
experiences differently.
me and Kelly were just getting twisted out there.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. I found some blueberry ring pops, guzzled those down instantaneously. It was beautiful.
Guzzled.
Looked like I blew a Smurf. My mouth was so blue.
Ew.
You know what? I made that joke and no one laughed. And I was like, that's a good joke. And then I like texted a picture to my family of me with like the blue mouth. And my dad made the same joke. And
Oh, no.
I was like,
You're your
oh
dad.
shit. Then I was like, well, now you know what that means.
Here we are.
Get the gun.
Gasp.
Get the gun. The glue gun.
The glue gun. Are you going to glue your mouth shut because you made a bad joke?
I probably should, because I thought it was genuinely funny at the time. No one laughed, but then again, maybe no one heard it over the sound of the bass because it was very loud.
That's a joke
Um,
that my boyfriend would make too. I want you to know that.
oh God, oh fuck, that doesn't help me. You know that, right?
You're like, damn it.
It's just adds on to it. So definitely invest if you ever go to these things in a nice pair of earplugs. We had some which were lovely, because those are definitely needed. Uh, but really, like I was a little let down by the consumables I had, which were not up to snuff.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I did not get as nearly as twisted as I wanted to. But there's always next year or next, whatever musical event there is.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I still love you though.
thank you. What I really want to talk about now is not even EDC. Oh, wait. Let's wrap up with this whole article about the man who wanted to kill everyone, apparently.
Oh my goodness. Well, I just want to say
Okay.
that we are at 28 minutes, so you have plenty of time. We
Oh,
could
good,
we could
good.
always end the episode early too. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, there's something else I want to get to, but let's get to this article I see here.
Okay, who wanted to kill everyone? What happened?
So this ticket holder threatened the festival with a chemical attack, which I wonder if they're going to get specific about what chemical. Oh, they do. Okay, so after not receiving a refund 2 years ago when COVID-19 canceled the event at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, his name is Abraham Hurtado Castron. Castron, maybe. He was 29 of North Las Vegas, bought an EDC ticket for $349 about 2 years ago when Insomniac, the group that holds the festival, did not provide a refund after its cancellation. He tried to quote unquote scare them, just scare them with a threat of violence via social media to get his money back. Um, uh, Quote, Insomniac has records of a refund provided to him in May 2020. A press representative had said the amount of the refund was not provided. According to the report, he sent a video message to the founder of EDC threatening to, quote, pop, unquote, fentanyl balloons at the festival. Now, this obscenity didn't send me a refund, he said, but they didn't say what obscenity he said. Probably fucker.
Fucker.
It's too late to fix it. Y'all had 2 years. So, a counterterrorism unit discovered selfies of the suspect on social media in tactical vests with a rifle and AR-15. Hi!
Jesus.
There were also posts of a vehicle that police were able to connect to DMV records and positively identify the suspect. Due to evidence collected during the investigation, he was arrested on October 22nd outside of a grocery store in Las Vegas near his residency. Police found out that he had a criminal history out of California and West Virginia in recent years. No shit. Oh,
Wow.
here we go. Upon his arrest, police discovered a 3D printed AR-15 pistol inside his residence.
3D printed, so it wasn't real. Or was it real?
No, some of these you can 3D print guns.
Wait, and they'll actually work?
There are some guns that work. Yeah, it depends on what material you use to 3D print them.
Oh my goodness. I did not know this.
So he was arrested a few days before I got there. Shocking. I was in Vegas at the time. Oh my god.
Well, I'm glad that he was arrested, because then what if my poor boy got hurt? I would never forgive myself.
I know, you wouldn't.
For letting you go without me.
It'd be all your fault.
It would be all my fault. You just tried so hard to get away from me that you had to take a week's vacation away.
And then I had to die. So threatening to pop fentanyl balloons. Now, fentanyl is extremely addictive, and people overdose on it very routinely. But what I will say is fentanyl is very nice.
Oh,
when used in a when used administered by a doctor or some sort of practicer of medicine. I was gonna say practicer of magic. Practitioner of medicine. It's very good for pain relief, but not for popping balloons at a festival to get people, killed. So that's wild. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Well, I'm glad that, like I said, I'm glad he was arrested. He gives off Trumper vibes, if you ask me, with the AR-15.
Yes.
Anyway.
I just wanted to bring up some EDC little facts for you.
Okay.
Because I want to get some background on it, basically. It's the largest electronic dance music festival in North America.
Shouldn't you have done this in the beginning of the episode?
Listen, I was at Joe's Crab Shack. The annual flagship event is held in May at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and Orlando. So those are the two main events.
Right.
In like the worst places in the country, Florida and Nevada.
At least it's not in Texas.
You can't put it in Texas. Texas sucks now. Apparently, it goes back all the way to 1999, where the first festival took place, called Insomniac, and that's like the name of the event holder now. It took place in California, somewhere called Newberry Springs, wherever the fuck that is in California. So, apparently it was first held in 1991, but 1999 was like the first like official, I guess, aptly named EDC.
Right.
It's been going on ever since. It kind of fluctuates, so sometimes it happens yearly, sometimes it happens every other year, but I think that's mostly due to like things like COVID, unfortunately. And it was held in New York at one point, but it's no longer held in New York, unfortunately, because then I wouldn't have to fly to get there or drive, 8 billion years.
So sad. I would have gone if there was one in New York. I would have wanted to experience it myself.
Yes. But apparently, for every flagship festival held, Insomniac Care donates a percentage of ticket sales to national charities and community organizations, such as Rock the Vote, Families for Effective Autism Treatment, Injured Police Officers Fund, Boys and Girls Club of Southern Nevada, Nevada Childhood Cancer Foundation, and the Las Vegas Academy for Arts.
Oh.
It's been nominated for several years as the best music event.
For several years.
Yeah, I guess. It hasn't won? I don't know. But I guess it hasn't.
Just nominated.
It's an honor just to be nominated. But it's also in several other places, such as Mexico, Japan, South Korea, China, and Portugal. Previously,
Ah.
it's been in several places in California, Denver, Colorado, like I said, New York, Illinois, Texas, and two places in Texas. Puerto Rico, the United Kingdom, Brazil, and India. Um, so it's all over the place. It's well known, and it comes with a lot of carnival rides. I went on the carnival rides, like I said, a few of them. They were actually pretty lit.
Oh, what carnival rides did they have?
Well, the first one I went on, do you know like those like you go to the boardwalk, it's like they're usually called like mouse trap or like mouse something. Basically,
Hmm.
actually, this wasn't even like that. But the one I was thinking of was you kind of go up and it kind of just zigzags down. It's pretty short.
Oh, I think I know what those are.
And like they're pretty sharp turns, so it feels like you're gonna tilt and fall off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like I've ridden one before.
Well, that wasn't it, but it reminded me of that.
Oh.
But there were also Ferris wheels. There was the big swinging ship that went like 360.
Oh, it
There
went
were
360?
Yes, it was caged and it went 360. It
Oh,
was
I've never
horrifying.
I've never been on one of the boat ones that go all the way around.
I would never. It sounds awful.
Oh, I would do
Um,
it.
well, some of us like violence, and some of us don't.
Yeah, you like violence.
I like
Murdering
violence
me
against myself.
in Sea of Thieves.
I like violence against myself.
No.
No,
No.
not me being violent to myself. Someone else being violent to me
Oh, okay. In
with
like
my
a kinky
consent.
way.
With my consent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, we're not going to advocate for self-harm
Anywho,
on this
no,
podcast.
I meant, oh God, no, I meant violence towards me perpetrated by someone else when I give them the say so, the
Got it.
okay.
Got it. It's like a power play
Yeah,
kind of thing. Yeah.
it's like that Ocean Vuong passage that I'll never.
And
That thing, people who haven't heard that episode, that passage, that whole book, but that passage really just stuck with me.
I'm glad.
It really did. Like he perfectly encapsulated power bottoming,
Oh,
but on such a deep level that I absolutely wet.
well, you hate
Let's move
bottoming
on
though,
to these
so.
fucking bitches that I was in a theater with Lady Gaga. So I went to see
Oh,
Lady Gaga's residency. It's a jazz and piano show. So it's not like, she's not doing her pop music. She's not like vomiting on stage. She's not fucking,
she's not
screaming
vomiting
at
on the
us.
stage.
Like she's not doing her crazy shtick, you
She's
know?
vomiting on the
She's not
stage.
bleeding everywhere. Both of which have happened at Lady Gaga shows. It's really in support of her jazz albums that she does with Tony Bennett. So we get there and she just does some jazz numbers. She also does jazz remixes of some of her music like Poker Face,
Hmm.
Born This Way, Paparazzi, all good.
Oh, I love
She's
that.
she's beautiful. Her voice sounds amazing. And it's sort of like an intimate moment with her because she talks in between songs. She like takes her time. She'll like tell stories and shit. It's almost like not a stand up, but it's almost like a performance with the music and a performance with her on stage.
I love that.
These motherfuckers.
Oh,
These motherfuckers. And I think this will transition beautifully into something I really want to do. I, as Matt knows, complain so often about just everything.
about everything. Yeah, you're such a
Everything.
hater, honestly.
I really am. But you know what's funny? I have this notorious, apparently, behavior in the group where I just hate a lot of things, and everyone's like, "Why do you hate that? Why do you hate that?" But then
It's
when
true.
someone else hates something in the group, like someone else hates something that I actually like, it never becomes like, "Oh my God, how could you hate that?" to them. It's always like, "Okay, fine, fine." So anyway, this I want to do a segment, some episodes where I just talk about things that I absolutely can't get over, and I am having a problem with.
That you hate or that you can't get over.
Like a complaint. Like I'm just complaining.
Yeah, and a whole episode. You want to do an
No, no,
episode
no.
of this
So
podcast where you
no,
just
a
complain the whole
segment.
time?
No, no, segments within episodes, like little segments where I would just go off on something that I
Oh, I love
hate.
that. It's like Pat's
So
complaining corner for 5 minutes.
yeah, I need to workshop, or we could workshop the name of it, but this is gonna be it.
I love
Ready?
that. I love that for you.
So this is the topic of this little complaint. The type of people and how they behave at concerts. What makes a good concert goer and what makes a bad concert goer? Now, I was at the show Lady Gaga. There were originally just one bitch. Then they multiplied to two bitches and then got a third bitch, and they all became rowdy. And I was not having it.
How rowdy
So
were
I,
they? What were they doing?
oh, here we go. I got us good fucking seats too because I wanted to see Lady Gaga in all of her glory, which I did. But these motherfuckers, a good concert goer is someone who does this, sings with the music if they want, right? And sings at the tone and like as best they can with the person that is singing. So if Lady Gaga's singing really loudly, sing really loudly with her. If
Right.
she's singing softly, sing softly with her. I don't want to ever hear your voice over hers or whoever's
Mm.
performing. I did not pay money to hear your shitty vocals over hers. Your scratchy, taciturn, that's not the right word I wanted.
Taciturn.
Your bullshit voice over the voice of an Academy Award winning woman who's won multiple Grammys and shit.
Right.
So this is what happened. There was a woman in front of me. She gets in. We're just waiting. She's talking a lot. I don't care. The show hasn't started yet. She goes off on how she's seen Lady Gaga like every time for the past 2 weeks here. Like she's been in Vegas and that she follows her on tour and that she has tickets for her tour that hasn't even happened yet. And that she's like, Lady Gaga doesn't even know that I'm like one of her biggest groupies that I just follow around everywhere. I'm like, okay, work. Work, diva.
Okay. I mean, bless. Okay.
She's talking to the woman next to her. The woman next to her is a lesbian, presumably. I believe she said that her girlfriend couldn't make it. Um,
Oh.
work. And she's talking about how much she loves Lady Gaga. I quickly discern the woman to the left is obviously a straight white woman.
Right.
The woman to the right is a queer woman of color. The queer woman of color appears to have a deep love for Lady Gaga because of some sort of deep empathetic or some sort of like she got something out of Lady Gaga's music and it meant something to her. Like
Right.
it brings her to life Evanescence style, wake me
Okay.
up inside.
I love
Bitch
that
on the
journey for her.
left.
Oh.
Bitch on the left just seems like she's the type of person who likes Lady Gaga because it's a personality trait for her. So
Ah.
she's out there just wiggling and waving and screaming and hooting and hollering, thinking that she's like a huge Lady Gaga fan, which she is apparently. But it doesn't seem any deeper than that. It seems very hashtag shallow, like Lady Gaga's song from
Hashtag
the
shallow.
movie. What's the movie? A Star Is Born. There we go.
Oh, a movie I didn't see.
Fucking Christ. Okay, we'll get to that later. So these two
Well, let's
bitches are
unpack that later.
talking. The girl on the right, the lesbian, totally fine. She's just having her moment talking. The girl on the left, so loud. And I'm like, maybe it's just until the show starts. Maybe.
Maybe.
The show starts. She gets worse.
Oh no.
She has seen the show so much, so she knows every song now and when they're going to play in the show. So she will be singing with Lady Gaga, and even when Lady Gaga stops singing, this girl keeps singing at a very loud
Oh
voice.
God.
At the top of her lungs, her voice is garbage. Like, I can't sing. Clearly, and I don't give any false pretenses that I can sing. I don't want anyone else even hearing me sing, because I know how bad it is. This bitch apparently does not know that, and just wants to pollute our atmosphere with her voice. So she keeps going on, dying on every note, basically, giving me ear cancer, ruining my time because she's planted right in front of me and she decides to stand up during every song.
Oh.
Another good mark, or another mark of a good concert goer, is if the performer says stand up and like dance and sing, you should get up and dance and sing. But once the song is over and the mood is chilled out, sit the fuck
Sit
down.
back down.
This girl stood every time screaming about it, saying like, I love you, Lady Gaga, shitting on all the vocals, and then getting like the girl next to her, the lesbian, riled up. Now the lesbian's riled up.
Oh.
So there's just like two people in front of me just screaming, and I can't see anything. I can't hear anything. I gotta look at the huge monitor on the right to even see Lady Gaga because
Oh,
these
that's
two
the
women with
worst.
their giant heads can't see anything. This goes on the entire show. And I'm looking at Cal, and I'm more and more getting just angry at the whole situation. Now walks in dick number 3.
Oh no.
This is a man. This is a gay man. A gay drunk man.
Here we go.
And I was just sat there listening to the two women in front of me hooting and hollering. And then this guy comes out of nowhere, guns blazing, unprompted, just starts screaming the classic Yas, the classic Gaga, the classic like
Right.
you're beautiful, I love you. And then all of a sudden, he starts talking to the guy to our left. And all I hear, overheard, I don't get the whole thing. All I hear is, yeah, let's suck his dick, and then he can suck his dick as well. And I
Whose dick are
turn
we
and
sucking?
I'm like turning to them and I'm like, do you see what's on stage? This woman giving us vocals, giving us beauty, giving us like 7 costume changes, giving us laughs. And you're over here talking about fucking sucking dick and cock.
Sucking dick and
Classic gay
cock.
man. Gay men only want one thing, and it's fucking disgusting.
Huh?
So I'm in the Bermuda Triangle of assholes right now, where it is just nonstop screaming from all 3 of them now. And I got to the point where I was like, I want the show to end. That's how
Oh,
badly it's gotten for me.
that's so sad. I'm sorry.
So they, for anyone listening, they are the descriptors of what terrible concert goers are.
Right.
99% of the fucking theater was beautiful. Those people knew what they were doing. They stood, they sat, they sang, they shut the fuck up. These 2 people, and then the third cunt who comes in.
Mm?
I was like, why am I sitting here? Why? Why can't I just leave and go to the other side of the theater where everyone is chilled the fuck out?
That's where I would have been like, hey, can you please sit down? I probably would have said something, honestly. I would have been like, can you sit down? I want to see.
Carl?
In Jimmy's voice, yeah. No, Carl's
Carl's
voice.
voice.
In Jimmy's voice. No, in Carl Weezer's voice, I meant.
Oh. So I was worried because I was like, if I start talking to them, I might get mad and I'd say something awful. So that was my complaint. That was my grievance for today. I have to think of a name for the segment, like a really catchy name.
Yeah, that ends this segment of Pat's complaining corner, where he's a cunt. The 3 C's.
Complaining corner cunt?
Yeah.
The cunt's complaining corner.
Oh no, the cunt.
Yeah, I am also known as the cunt.
Perhaps not marketable. We might have to play with it.
No, we can't. Oh well, might have to play with it. Might know what I mean. So that's it. That was my journey at Lady Gaga's concert. The RuPaul's Drag Race thing I saw was lovely. EDC was lovely, but we started with Lady Gaga, and the week really got sour after that. But then EDC kind of saved it.
Oh, that's good. I appreciate that. I appreciate the story
Yeah.
and you telling me about your life.
Oh, thank you. And I hope you had a great time while I was gone.
I worked probably for most of it.
Well,
Because I
I
had
didn't,
work.
so
I'm a working boy. I was looking at my data, probably crying, honestly, about, I think I told you I was missing some data and it was terrible.
yeah. How often do you cry?
Like actually or like
Yeah, literally, like
internally?
no, tears, mama, tears.
I wouldn't say super often.
Like when
Depends.
was the last time you cried?
Um, Real tears, like
Real
probably
tears.
watching a movie. Sometimes
You
I
little
get.
pussy.
We talked about this. Okay,
I know
no.
we did.
We
We
talked
did.
about
We
this
talked about
yesterday. We talked about this in a previous version of our podcast episode. You don't use pussy as a derogatory word to mean someone's weak because it's
I know,
not true.
but then, as we discussed last night, we ended up using it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Do you remember what movie it was, or do you have an estimate?
No, I don't.
Okay, work.
It was either a
Cool.
movie or a TV show that I had seen recently.
So you don't cry over real stuff.
I mean, I will occasionally, but not really.
Oh.
Like, it's not typical. I'm usually not sad most of the time.
You're so lucky.
Something else can make me
Great.
emotional though, like watching TV or a movie, and there's an emotional moments.
Yeah. Like when you saw the end of Game of Thrones and you got angry. That was an emotion.
Oh, that was more like I wanted to kill everyone. Don't
So
spoil
did
our.
Daenerys.
Oh, true. Don't spoil our listeners on the next podcast episode that I want to do.
Well, listen. Now it's a tease. Now their appetite has been whet.
Oh, ho, ho. What did I Oh, you know what? I did cry from, I think. I
What?
think no, it wasn't that. I was going to say maybe it was Love Victor, but I don't think it was actually. It was some
Yeah.
gay related thing. Um, I don't think it was Love Victor, actually. I think it
Call
was
Me by
something
Your Name
else.
when he comes on the peach.
No, 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 no,
Or the apricot, whatever kind of fruit it was.
no, no, Jimmy.
No, Jimmy, I didn't cry when he came on the apricot.
No.
No, does Judy have any fresh apricots
All right,
left?
I'm ending this episode. I'm ending it here.
I'm so sorry, viewers and listeners. This wasn't my best, but to be honest, like I said, Joe's Crab Shack was kicking in. But I do have another topic, which I have a lot more to talk about.
Okay,
Which
it's
will be
okay. We're
a.
at 50 minutes. We're good.
Oh, sometimes I think if we ever did get popular, people would just like to hear about our lives.
Oh, I mean, probably
I
at
I think
sometimes.
we lead extraordinarily boring lives most of the time, but I
Speak for
feel like
yourself.
I was gonna say something, you bitch, but I feel like everyone does. So like we can all kind of sort of relate to the boring minutia of certain times of our lives.
Oh yeah, 9 to 5 jobs or sitting in the lab. You know, it
Unfortunately.
be that way.
Okay, well, wrap us up and ship us off.
Yeah, so obviously thanks everyone for watching slash listening this far. If you have listened this far in this episode, thank you so much. This has been the What's the Gays Thing podcast. We are on Twitter where we post random things. Sometimes we're roasting each other. We go back
The
and forth
Twitter
with
has
Jackie a
become
lot.
sentient.
The Twitter did become sentient. It was a little bit weird. We don't know what
Yeah,
happened.
yeah, it is
But go
now.
ahead and follow us at WDTGT Podcast. That's WDTGT Podcast. Sometimes we stream as well. I don't think the stream has become sentient yet, but who knows? You never
No,
know.
not yet. No.
We stream a lot of content. We stream Sea of Thieves. We stream Phasmophobia. We streamed a lot of Diablo 2 Resurrected, which I hope we can play more of. And yeah, our Twitch is What Do the Gamers Think? GAYMERS. And if you love our content and you just want to really, rep us, give us some free advertising, go ahead and look at our merch on Redbubble, and you can go ahead and buy some really nice things like shirts or hats
Yes,
or iPhone
literally
cases
anything. Like
or
we have
anything.
literally anything.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's it. And I am Matt Klubeck.
And I am so mad at those people at the Lady Gaga concert, Patrick.
Okay. Thanks,
Oh wait, no, no,
everyone.
no, no, wait. I'm a cunt who likes to complain.
Oh my God. Okay. We'll workshop it. Okay. Goodbye,
We'll work
everyone.
it. Oh.